Yep. Good evening, everyone. So last session we learned about jQuery related all event handling, how jQuery handles events we learned. And now today we are going to understand about jQuery Ajax. So Ajax is not a new point for us. Already we know about Ajax while working with JavaScript also. So while working with JavaScript already we used Ajax, but here what are the new points I will tell you. Yesterday already differences I told you. So what is the main concept of Ajax already we know. Ajax is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Ajax is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. What is the main purpose of Ajax is? So Ajax, it enables partial postback. It enables partial postback. Partial postback advantage is, so you can add new details into page without reloading the page. You can add new details into page without reloading the page. So Ajax allows to handle this. And already we do this by using XML HTTP. Ajax in browser is managed by using XML HTTP request object. It is managed by using XML HTTP request object. Already we used this object directly in JavaScript, and it is alternatively used by fetch method also. Directly XML HTTP we learnt in JavaScript. Na? And better than that XML HTTP directly using, we have a method called fetch. We used fetch concept also. Now, what is the advantage of jQuery Ajax? So JavaScript can use XML HTTP request, and it can use fetch. So jQuery is going to provide Ajax methods with more features. It will provide Ajax methods with more features. What are important features here is, so it is default async. Another is it is good in error handling. It provides a complete life cycle methods to track every phase of request. a complete life cycle methods to track every phase of request. It returns data in a native format of data source. What is advantage of that? Conversions not required. You don't need to convert the data. How data is present in the same way it will get and show you. So it is good in error handling. So it is good in course cross origin resource sharing. Good in handling course. Handling course. All these are the important points about jQuery Ajax. So when compared to XML and fetch methods, fetch promises, jQuery Ajax have better features. But jQuery Ajax also not great every time. It also have some issues. That's the reason at higher level, we use some more third parties. So when you learn about React or Angular like technologies, you will learn more better feature there. But without Angular React, the best one is what? jQuery. jQuery Ajax methods. Let's see how it's going to work. How jQuery Ajax method work. So jQuery Ajax methods. So jQuery Ajax methods include, we have $Ajax, $.getJSON. We have uh, Ajax success, Ajax have a failure. So actually it is error, Ajax error, Ajax complete. So these are Ajax start, Ajax end. Like this, there are so many life cycle methods actual. These are different Ajax life cycle methods, Ajax methods available in jQuery. So Ajax is used for configuring even routes also in jQuery. Client-side routing we implement by using these Ajax. Generally in websites without jQuery also, they use Angular React like concepts. With jQuery, we use this mechanism. For example, see, means how the Ajax methods work. What is the basic syntax and how do we handle them? Syntactically, we have a $.Ajax. Ajax have some options. Ajax method, it can be get, post, put, patch, delete, like methods we can use. So data. So this is data to submit. It is data to submit on post and all. We have success. Success is a callback function that executes when it is successfully matching with the URL. Actually, we have URL also. URL. URL is the API route, and error will call a function that returns the error. So the method, the URL, success on error. Actually, this error is also considered as failure on failure. Actually, when you learned the fetch method, you learned fetch uses an URL and options. Similarly here, Ajax methods. So on success, this function will return data, and on failure, it will return a error. It will get the error details. On success is important. So here the success function returns response object that comprises of response data. The failure function returns error object. So that comprises of error details. Right. So that is jQuery Ajax. So jQuery Ajax method performs a simple asynchronous callback. And it can access the data and return the data. So let's see how it is going to work. So what is the main concept is, without reloading the page, the new details are added into the page. That is the concept here. So for example, you see, we are going into our application. So in this, suppose we are creating a simple design. Actually, suppose there is a home page In home page, I created some products. In event page also, I created some events calculator. Fine. Okay, I will add one page, index.html. Generally here we are linking the jQuery script, node modules, jQuery disk.js. Okay, so here I created a navbar. In that we are having some buttons. So this is like EMI calculator, and we have a button. This is like fake store products, something. Now below this we have a section. Okay. Now what is our intention is, suppose in this page, when I click on, when we click on those two buttons, we want those content to come and display here. Okay, so here when I click on this button, the page should come and display here, and a fake store, it should come and display here. That means another page should render in my page. Anything, it can be text file, it can be HTML file, it can be JSON data. Generally, if I want to show any another page inside, you remembered when you learned HTML, you used iframes. You learn iframe. By using iframe, you can embed another content inside the current page. When user clicks any topic, that page content will come and render here. So now when user clicks this, it should get that and display. And remember, when it is loading, the page should not refresh. Without refreshing the page, the new details should come into page. So here what we do is we are writing a script. Suppose in the script we are having a simple, here I will keep a simple span for your understanding sake. What I will do is ID as time. Okay, here I am writing a function, and where now is equal to new date, and dollar hash time dot inner HTML. In that we have now dot to local time string. I am displaying that. Better I will keep here. So page loaded on that particular time, right? That is nothing but whenever the page loads, the time will be displayed here. Page loaded on this particular time. Let me keep a div for these buttons. Okay, so page loaded on 5:36:44, including seconds also recorded. Now, when I click EMI calculator, another page will load inside. When any page have to load, some new details have to display, entire page should refresh. But our concept is without refreshing entire page, the new details should come, right? So what to do? This button have an ID, BTN EMI. It is having an ID, btn fake, and we will write events for them. So how to write event? Hash btn emi click. On click, what to do? On click, we need to make an Ajax call. That means $.Ajax. Ajax have methods. Ajax settings. In that first method, Ajax method, we need to fetch the data. So which method? Get. URL, from where you want to fetch the data. / from a HTML page called EMI calculator dot what? HTML. So on success, collect the response. And that response I want to display inside section, dollar section. Into the section, append what? Response. That means append means add response. So what we are doing, whatever the section, into the section, append the response. Into the section you want to display, you can use even HTML. Into the section HTML, we are adding that response. Now that sits on method get, it has to collect all this and show. Now when user clicks on EMI calculator, then that EMI calculator comes here. And observe now, I am refreshing here page. The current time is how much? 13. And EMI calculator, you see, the EMI calculator comes, but seconds are not changing. Font style, everything changing because I am using a bootstrap in it. In this, I am using a bootstrap now. That means I will refresh. Current time is, load time is 37. After that, I waited few seconds, at least 2-3 seconds we waited. Then we clicked on EMI calculator. That page comes here and it will display. But seconds is not changing. That means it is not refreshing the page, but new details are coming. Now fake store should get me the fake store products. That means same thing. What we have to do, I will copy this, and we need a btn fake. Ajax should get data from where? So some events.html, and here get the response and display there. Fake store will get the response. EMI will get the EMI calculator. Without refreshing the page, the new details are coming into the page. That means in a website, you see navigation. Actually, navigation means what? User will move from one page to another. But user stays in only one page. Everything he gets onto that page. This type of design is single page application. Actually, it is a multi-page application, but we are not allowing user to move outside index. User will stay on index. He can get everything onto index. We can get everything onto index. That means user stays on one page from begin to end. Everything comes. For example, you see, you are watching some YouTube, or you are watching some contents loading in a website, Google search of images and all. What you will see is when you are scrolling up and down, the new posts, new videos will come below. And when it is adding new posts, new videos below, it will not reload your complete page. Already at the top, content is loaded. At the top, content is loaded. And what we need to do, that content, keep that content as it is, add new content without refreshing. For example, you see, suppose Google, suppose I am searching for images in Google. And what is happening in this is, in this we are searching for some jQuery, and you see jQuery will come. Some hundreds of images came, but all images will not display here. You observe carefully when I am scrolling down, new images are loading. But when new images are loading, observe the images top will not load. That means you can see refresh button will not reload. Without reloading, new details are adding. How the new details are adding without refreshing? That is because of what? Ajax. Without refreshing the page, we can add new details to the page. You see the time is still 5:40:24 because at the time page is loaded, and you can see this is still getting new details and showing you. But the time is not changing because page is not refreshing. Only a portion of page is refreshing. That is the concept of Ajax. Actually, the same thing you can achieve in fetch also. You can achieve in XML HTTP also. But this is simple and more effective. Here, what is advantage? You don't need any conversion. Suppose you are connecting with JSON, it will get JSON. You are connecting with XML, it will get XML. That means the data will be returned in the same format how it is in the source. You don't need any explicit conversion. Let's see. Suppose I want to use JSON. Suppose I will copy this example. I will copy this example. Okay. I will show you here. Let's create a simple API. API means you learned fake store APIs, you learned weather APIs, you can create anything. Fake store APIs, weather APIs, anything you can implement. For example, fake store API products data, weather API will have the weather data. How to use those APIs? Same, just replace your fetch with Ajax. You have to replace the fetch with Ajax. For example, I will show first here. Let's clean up this now. So here I'm just using a simple request like I want to load here. A drop down is there and ID as LST categories. Here I want to display all the categories. So categories coming from where? All the categories coming from fake store. We want to display. This time what we are doing, we are using Ajax method, dollar dot what? Ajax. What is the method? Method is get. Next what? URL. What is the URL? URL is https://fake store api.com/products/ what? Categories. And on success, what to do? On success, we will get the data. Data is nothing but directly products will come. Earlier, we need to convert them, convert into JSON and all. Now, directly JSON will come. Just we have to use map and read every product. And for every product, what we have to, every category. Here we are getting categories. I will better use what? Categories. And I will use categories dot what? Map. Read every category. And for every category, what we have to do? We have to create an option. And what should be the option text inside? Option text must be category. And we have to dot what? Append to. Append to which one? Hash LST what? Categories. That is nothing but it is loading all the categories here. This time we are not using any fetch or XML HTTP. We are directly using what? We are directly using Ajax. By using Ajax, we can access the data and we can use it. All your API examples you can try here same. In JavaScript, you designed so many API examples. You can try all those API examples. Only the point now replace your fetch and XML HTTP with what? Ajax. Here I will show you how to manage post, put, delete like options also. How do we manage post, put, delete? But what is more is there inside this Ajax is Ajax have lifecycle methods. Lifecycle methods means Ajax lifecycle methods allows us to track every activity where it is problem, where it is getting delayed. Everything we can track very clearly by using lifecycle methods. When a Ajax request is made from start to end, it contains a cycle, several phases. Every phase we can identify. Every phase we can track. That becomes easy to know where the problem exists. Suppose I will show you here. Actually, now I'm using an Ajax here. Ajax request we are making here. Temporarily, I will create one option. So what is that option is we will design one example here. Let's say I will write the methods here. This is not fake store or anything. Just I will put a button, load help, and we have a div ID as container. Okay. And what is our concept is, suppose in this project there is a notes text file. I want this notes text to load inside the HTML page. We need to bring data from this file and we need to load it. Okay. So how to do that? Let's go into index. On button click, because only one button is there, I will directly use button. Button have a click. On button click, we will make an Ajax call and we will load it. So $.Ajax and Ajax method is what? Get. And here we are having URL. URL is // outside src in that notes dot what? Txt. Okay. Then success will get the data. The data we want to present inside this container. Okay. Now $container into the container HTML. We will display the data. Whatever data comes, it is text file actually. We will display inside that container. Better I will make this container as a pre. You know what is a pre na? So pre is nothing but pre-formatted, right? So that is on button click. Now I want to track every action. What is happening in every phase I want to track. Then if you are using Ajax methods, what you can do is at the end of the jQuery method, you can add .ajax start. Ajax start is a callback function here. What is the message? I will just put an alert saying that alert says that so your request for help document for help is initiated. That means when you make a Ajax request, what is the first phase? Initial phase. Initial phase means your request will be verified. Whether the request path is correct, whether the request method is correct, it will verify. After verifying, it will initiate the request. After initiating, we have another method. Ajax have a complete method. Complete method is nothing but in this complete method, what will happen? Your request, sent to process. It is initiated. After initiating, it is sent to process. After sending to process, Ajax have an complete, we have an success. What is this success is? Here I will put an alert. In the alert, we will say that your request processed successfully. Successfully. That means first we initiated your request. After initiating the request, we sent it to process. After that, it is processed successfully. After processed successfully, now Ajax stop. On Ajax stop, what we will do? We will put an alert saying that response is ready. Response is ready. Now you can view the result. Response is ready. You can view the result. And if there is any problem, Ajax error will come. What Ajax error will do? It will put an alert saying that something went wrong. Unable to process your request. Like this, we are giving some messages. Now see what happens. That means Ajax have a life cycle. This life cycle is important for developers because developer can track exactly where is the problem. Because when you make a request, from a request to start to end, there may be anywhere issue. So client side issue, server side issue, any issue may be there. Now these methods will help us to know where is the issue, exactly where it went wrong. Is your request initializing problem? Is your request processing problem? Is response sending is problem? It will track everything correctly here. For example, you ordered food on Swiggy or Zomato. When you ordered food, the food is not being delivered to you. Now, if you ask where is delay, food is not being delivered to you. Now you ask where is delay? Where is delay? In food ordering app, the delay may be in so many phases. First phase, when you make an order, there may be delay in confirming your order. That is the first phase. What is the second phase? Your order is confirmed. There may be delay in preparing your order. Your order is prepared, but there may be delay in assigning a delivery partner. Am I right? A delivery partner have to pick up your order. Assigning a delivery partner, there may be a delay in that. And assigning a delivery partner, there may be delay in picking up your order. There may be delay in delivering you the order. That means you simply say there is some problem. Where is the problem? You have to track. You know, in your payment apps and everywhere, phone pay, Paytm, because they use Ajax. When you are making any bill payment, they will show you every phase very clearly, saying that processing your payment processed successfully. We are waiting for confirmation from the credit card or you may be paying phone bills or something. That means it is saying that waiting for provider to confirm. Provider confirmed successfully. Then payment processed successfully. Then it will say your amount will reflect in few minutes. That means why they have to show all those phases? Why they cannot simply take a payment and say completed? Why they have to show the phases? Because when your payment is not completed, then you will complain on the app. You will say that this app is not working. But actually problem may not be from their side. Problem may be from the provider side. That means they send the payment, but the provider is not taking, the bank is not responding. That is not their problem. That is the reason every phase they have to track and report you the issue. Ajax lifecycle methods will do that. They know exactly where the problem. They can identify the problem. That means fetch cannot do all this. Fetch cannot do all this. And XML HTTP cannot do all this. But jQuery Ajax is better in this error handling. Now see what happens here. So here what we are doing, make an Ajax request, load help. See the first message. It says your request for help is initiated. After that, when I say OK, after that next what happens? Your request processed successfully. After that next step, so your request sent for process. Actually I written some wrong order. So the response is ready. You can view the result. Then when I say OK, that is done. It is getting the data and it is showing. Actually I done one mistake here. Actually first is this success. After success it is complete. That is the order actually. Even you don't write in order, they execute in order. That means I need to keep this message here. This message here and this message here. That means remember this success is first. After that success complete. Start, success, complete, stop. These are the phases. Even you don't write in order, they execute in order. What is the first phase? Start. After that success. After that complete. After that stop. So you see now here I click load. Your request for help is initiated. After that your request sent to process. After that your request processed successfully. After that response is ready. You say OK, then result will come. And during this any problem comes, suppose your URL is wrong, some file name is wrong. When file name is wrong, I say load. Your request for help is initiated and your request something went wrong. It is unable to process your request. That means error will fire up and it will get the details and show. Actually, once it is, you see, we have to stop other actions. When it is error comes, you have written, you have break options now. By using that, you can terminate. You should not allow other to perform. Here I am just giving you other options also. Technically, what is advantage? No, you can collect this error method contains, you see, it contains an event. Event means event argument, and it contains an error related object. Actually, they call it as jQuery XML HTTP request object. You can give any name, doesn't matter. What this object contains is, it contains error details. It contains error details. You see, jQuery XR object, it contains error details. What are error details? It contains details like what, you know, status text. What is status? 404 not found. I showed you some errors now. Status text means not found. Status means code. We can get that and we can display, or we can put our own message. If you want to display the message, then you can put the message like this. What is the message? We can display the detailed message also. What is the message? Instead of showing something went wrong here, we can put the message like this. What is it? jQuery XHR dot, what is it? Status. Status means what? It will return the number 404 for not found. Another option is there. What is it? So we have jQuery XHR plus dot status text. Status text means not found. Like that it will do. Now what is advantage of this is, suppose you return something wrong, right? The file name is not there. Then what happens? It says request initiated and you see not found. It returns the correct status. So it is better in error handling when compared to others. So this you can manage by using Ajax. So what is the important point is, Ajax provides jQuery Ajax, jQuery Ajax provides various life cycle methods to track the request and identify issues in every phase. So it have a sequential order. It have a sequential order of processing requests. What is that sequential order? First is Ajax start. Then second is Ajax success. Third is Ajax complete. Fourth is Ajax end. And fifth is Ajax error. So here what this error is, here every life cycle method returns two objects. One is event object, another one is XML HTTP request object. Two objects it will return. So XML HTTP request object, XML HTTP request object is referred as jQuery XHR. jQuery XHR. It is referred as XML HTTP request of jQuery, which contains status status text. It contains even error, etc. All those details are present there. Right. So we can handle different types of requests. Remember, even you don't write in the same order, they execute in same order. That means you return Ajax end first, Ajax start last, doesn't matter. It will execute Ajax start only first. That means where you write these methods, in which order you write these methods, it doesn't matter. Because you write in any order, but they execute in the same cycle order. So this is one example of that Ajax. But as I told you, these days, because majority of projects are not using directly jQuery, they are preferring alternative like Angular, React and all. Then they don't need all this. But you put 2-3 years experience in resume, then compulsory knowledge of jQuery is required. You must put jQuery in profile. Even now as a fresher, you have to put jQuery in your resume. So technically, majority of web UI interactions are designed with jQuery only. Already so many projects are still using jQuery, right? Now we will see one real data how to deal with. That means not only just get, how to handle post, put, delete like interactions. So we have two choice. One, we can directly work with the database with Node.js server side, Express.js API. Another I told you, we learned JSON server. We can create a JSON server, maintain the data in JSON server, and we can implement. We can achieve both of them. I will show you both how we can manage, how we can handle, right? For that, let's take one example now. That means what we are going to learn, how to post the data, how to edit the data, how to delete the data. These we need to learn by using Ajax. All these days you learned only get. Now we have to implement post through front end. Let's do that. We will take one example for this. And remember, you can use now all your examples of APIs and convert them with jQuery Ajax. Means I hope while learning our JavaScript, I told you NASA API. I showed you about fake store API, right? You have open weather API. You can try all of them. You can try all of them and you can implement them. Open weather APIs or fake store APIs. You can design a simple API app, but now we will use our own API to handle the interactions. Our own API we'll see. So first, I will show you handling CRUD operations, handling CRUD operations with JSON server, with JSON server data. Okay, handling CRUD operation with JSON server data. Here, what is the concept in the backend? We are having backend API is created with JSON server, and front end is we will use front end UI with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and jQuery. We will use these in the front end. Backend API and server side this. Right. So we will not disturb our project. We will create a new project folder. a simple, straightforward project folder we will create. So what we will do is, that means not to confuse with existing content. I will close this now and let's create one simple interaction, because basic CRUD operation, we will use the same data I showed you, like what to-do application. To-do application means user can register. After user register, he can log in. And when user login, we will show his appointments. User can add appointment. User can modify the appointment, and user can delete the appointments. These we need to implement. That means we are creating a simple to-do application using jQuery in the front end and backend JSON server. Another project we will do with the real backend MongoDB database and X APIs and all, because this I am showing to understand jQuery as X. This I am showing to just understand jQuery as X. So what we will do now here is, so this is a to-do application. First, I will create a new folder somewhere in my computer. A new folder. Okay. jQuery to-do app. So I'm just creating a folder, jQuery to-do app. That is the folder I am creating. So first create a new project folder. And this is jQuery to-do application. So here, open in VS Code and set up basic environment for Bootstrap and jQuery. That means what you have to do, npm init y, you know that what to do. That is for initializing your web application with package JSON. We have to install Bootstrap, Bootstrap icons, and jQuery. I will install these. These are enough. What about JSON server? JSON server is globally installed, so you can directly use in any project. JSON server is already installed globally. You can use in anywhere, any project you can do that. Set up this. Okay. I will use now add folders. We know one is public, another one is SRC. These are the basic things we have to do. So one more folder will keep data also. There we will keep the JSON file. So let's create this now. I already created this one. Let's open the folder in Visual Studio Code. It is in my D drive, jQuery to-do application. And let's set up npm init y, that is package JSON. Npm install bootstrap icons, and here I will use jQuery and save. We are installing all the libraries required. Fine. Now I will add the folder public, and I am adding the folder src. I am adding data folder. Now in data folder, we will maintain db.json, and it contains users. So users is an array. Every user will have an ID, some ID for the user, and user name. So we have a username. I'll just give username. That's fine. And this is some username. Next, every user have password. Okay, and every user has some email. These three are enough to register. Huh? Okay, these details we need to maintain for user. And what is another one we want? Appointments. Appointments. Appointments is an array. In this, every appointment have an ID. Every appointment have a title. A title is suppose some meeting. So, okay. And every appointment have a description. Description is some attend meeting. Okay. Every appointment have a date. So some 410, something like this. And every appointment belongs to a particular username. Username is some John NIT. Every appointment belongs to one user. Like this, we need to able to add appointments and add the users. That's what we need to do. Okay. That is our JSON file. So we know all the API methods for that. So here add db.json into data folder. First, I will show you the raw implementation of all methods. Then together we will put in one place. Because to create sign in, sign out like options, we need to use state management. Generally, how we use state management, cookies are used, and local storage, session storage is used. You can use any, but cookies, jQuery have a special cookie library. We can use a special jQuery cookie library. You can install it, you can set up and use it. I'll show different methods. Now in this db.json, temporarily I will give you this data. This is the data, right? Fine. Now first, I will show you the implementation, how to handle one by one, what all the options are required. So go to public folder and add a new file, that is index.html, and go to src folder and add a new file, that is index.js. The logic for index.html comes from index.js. We will maintain the files separately. And if you want any CSS also separately to add for this index, then you keep it index.what? CSS. You separately manage the CSS file also for that. That means in HTML page, we are not going to put any styles directly, or we are not going to write any script also directly. Okay, first, this is the concept we need. Let's create the design here. Let's create the design, try to implement the design. So see what we are doing now. Into the public, I will add folder images. So public have images folder, and into the public we have index.html. Okay. Now I will create a page, a simple page. This is index. And here we are linking relation style sheet, href, node modules, bootstrap icon, CSS. Another is a style sheet, href, node modules, bootstrap dist, CSS, bootstrap.css. I'm just implementing these two CSS here. Now we are using script source. It is from node modules, jQuery dist, jQuery.js. And another script will come from, I haven't added that. In src, we will add index.what.js and index.what.css. Okay, so here we need one more link, relation style sheet, href. This is src index CSS. And here we need another src. This is node modules, sorry, not node modules, src in that index.what.js. All the jQuery code we will keep there only. Container fluid. Okay. Now here we will create some background. What we will do is we will go to CSS. So body, background image, URL. We will copy some image because I am designing a to-do application here. So let's go to the free picks and select some to-do and some to-do related, some designs will come. So I will take anything simple. Okay. I will download this image and I will keep this in our project folder, right? The image is there. Let me copy and keep this in our D drive, jQuery to do public images. I will keep that here. Okay. And this is actually banner. It's a banner JPG file. Let's keep that here. Dot slash dot slash. It is where in public images banner.jpg. And background size is cover and the height is 100 VH. Okay, so this is the body. Background for that is there. I don't want, okay, you can keep it like this. Then on this back, you can make it in such a way that it will not dominate, just like Netflix designs you are having. But it's okay. We'll leave it like this. We can keep some dominated text there. What we will do is here is we are having a header part. In this header part, so I keep a simple heading. So your task manager, something like this. That's the option we are giving. Class padding 2, BG light, okay. Text center. These are all the CSS options we are adding there. Heading 4 means I'll keep it smaller. Okay. Now what we are doing here, we have this is the task manager we are having. Okay. Now in this, I want two buttons, register, login. That means user can register, user can log in. I want two buttons to display there, right? So what to do? Now here we have a section area. In this section, we want to display those two. Now, how we can display the contents, how we can define the contents. Actually, we can design everything in this page. We can create in separate location and we can import it. That is what I showed you, the concept of routing I told you. Routing, actually jQuery don't have routing facility, but in jQuery people used to design routing using Ajax. What is the specialty of React Angular like technologies is they already implement Ajax. They designed a routing library and they given to developers. Developers have to just use the library and design navigation. But earlier, before React Angular, we have to design routes and everything manually through jQuery only. Through jQuery, we need to design. Now React Angular are using those routing in the front end. They are built already. We are just using them. Earlier, we used to build like that manually. So even today, jQuery applications use routes by using this technique. So what I will do is here, let's go to index.js. So here I will put a function. Actually, this is means function means you can write like this. Yeah, this is our jQuery. Now here, what I will do is I will create one function because it's a module system. I will create a function as load view. Load view is a function. Load view means load user interface. That is a function. Load view means load user interface. Okay. Why I need this function separately? Because I need to load register page. I need to load login page. I need to load edit appointment, delete appointment. So many pages I need to load. Every time no need to write a function. One function can load all. How one function can load all? You just mention here URL. That means which page to load. You mention the URL. Now here we can use dollar dot what? Ajax. What Ajax method can do? Method is what? Get. Get the URL from URL. Whatever URL they pass, get it from there. Then what to do? Success. On success, get the response. And that response where we have to display inside the section. We have to access the section. Inside the section, we will send that HTML response. That's it. That means now we are having a Ajax method defined inside load view. At the time of loading your page, this is your jQuery now, right? This is your jQuery load action, jQuery load action. Just for understanding sake, I am keeping some comments. On jQuery load, what to do? Just call load view. And which view you want to load. So that is not yet designed. We will design it. Now let's go here in a public folder. I will add a new file. This is home.html. In this home.html, we will not create a HTML page. We will create only a div. Why? Because already there is a index HTML page. We want this part to render inside that page. Again, I don't want another HTML page here. These are called partial views. In our web designing, we call them partial views. Partial view means a HTML page without complete HTML logic, without complete HTML structure. It contains only body, not even body tag. It will contain only the content which should be rendered inside body. When to design like this? When you want this page to be used in another page. When you want to use this page in another page, already that page having HTML structure. This page doesn't need the structure, only markup which you want to render in the body section. So we will keep a div. Temporarily, first I will show you. This div have a heading, or this div have two buttons. One button is new user register. We have login button. Another we have a register. Now these buttons are having class btn warning, and here we are having another class btn suppose dark, and mx2, and both are having w25. So here also I will give w25 just width 25. I am designing this div, and what is the page? Home.html. So load view, which page? We have to pass the URL. And what is the URL? Dot slash. It is in the same location, or it is in some another location, because your index.js is in a different place. That should be careful, right? Suppose I am using dot slash which page? Home.html. We are using home.html. This is using an Ajax call. Through that Ajax call, it is accessing that and rendering inside section. That means whenever the page loads, it should get that and show. And what we will do here, this div, which is in the section area, actually section area, we will keep class margin top 4. That means it will get little down. And what these people have to do here, wherever this div is there, class, this is home container. Now what is the CSS? We have to use dot what? Home container. Home container display as what? Flex. Justify content center. Align items as what? Center. Height, we will use some 400 pixel. Like this I am giving. Make sure that these two buttons are inside one div. Otherwise, you know what will happen. So now that looks center. Now what we will do is, we will not use W25 because you are arranging correctly in center. Now these two buttons will be there. That means what you are doing whenever the page opens, by default, the page contains this. By default, the page contains login and register. Right? So here I am using index.css. That is, suppose I give 500 pixel looks fixed for that. This is the original size. This is the original size actually. Okay, now this is the original. Now you can see this is the login and register. Now what should happen on login and register? What should happen on register click? On register click, the register form should load here. Register form should load in the same section. We need to load the register form. So that means there must be a register form, and this on this button click, that form should load, right? Now see what we have to do. We need to create another HTML page, that is register.html. Here again div. I am not designing any page. Div. I will just keep a heading register user. Later we will put all the form area and all. Now what should happen is in index, I need to write a logic for this button. What is the button? Login button, register button. So these needs an ID. What is this ID? Home login button. Home login button. And another ID. This is home register button. I'm giving clear lengthy names just for your understanding sake, right? You can give any shorter names also. Okay, so now let's go here. How to write event for them? You cannot use directly those IDs because they are dynamically rendered in a page now. Yesterday we learned they are not directly designed. They are dynamically rendered through Ajax. Ajax is calling the HTML page and displaying there. That means actually these two buttons are not directly present in index. They are loaded through logic. Am I right? Actually, which page you are watching? Index. In index page, there is nothing. Indent page, we have only section. We don't have any buttons. Then what we have to do? We have to access those buttons and write logic which are not there. Then how do we have to do? We know yesterday we learned document dot on. What is the event name? Event name is what? Click. Okay, next what? So what is the button name? Hash. What is it? Home register button. I given a complete name na? Home register button. Okay, on click, what should happen? Load view. Which view to load? Dot slash, what is it? Register.html. Load this register HTML. That means on the click of that button, register HTML should be loaded. Where this register HTML will be loaded? In the section area. Am I right? You see now, I click on register, it should get that. And it is loading that register here. Na? We will just put a proper design for that register. What is the proper design for this? Actually, this is a register. We have to collect the data from there and implement that. Temporarily, I will create a div and register data list, data term. So username, data definition, input type is what? Text. Class as form control. Okay. What else we have in the register form? We are having what? Password and input type as password. What else? We are having email, username, password, email. And this is input type as email. And for this button, I'm giving class BG dark, BG dark or BG light, something. Padding 3 or 4 I will give. That will be fine. Margin top 2. And it will give a simple W25. And below this we'll keep a button. This button is what? Register. So class BTN and BTN some primary or warning, something like this, W100. Actually that is the form. You see, I click on register form will come. That means when I click on that, remember this is a design of single page like environment. User stays in one page only. Everything comes onto that page. Everything is going to display in that page. Now from here user can go to home again. Right? For example, I I want here. So another option I will do. That means same thing. We need to write. So another event. This event for which one? Which button? Login button. Home login button. Which page should come? Login HTML page should come. I don't have that page. I will create another page by name login dot what HTML. I will put the same code. We will change this to user login. And here I don't need email. User ID password is enough. And here I will put the text as login like this. Now you see you have two options. Login will get you the login screen. And remember, if already he have an account, then what we will do is in the login page, actually, we will design one more option. What is that is here, your task manager, this, where is that in index page? In index page, I will put a button here, class BTN, just BTN and BI house door. That is a home button is there. What is my requirement is when I click on that button, again it should get me the home page. So what is the ID? ID is BTN home. So in the code index.js, we have to write one more. Same like this. We have to create on which one? BTN what? Home. Which one should load? Home.html should load. What is my intention is on login, login will come. They click on home, home will come. They click on register, register will come. They click on home, home will come. That means we are having a simple navigation between the pages. By using the Ajax method, we are implementing that. They can do it from here also. Means what happens in register page? Where is that register? Yeah. In register page. So here I put a paragraph and here I will put a button and I will put here, what is it? ID as BTN home. Not BTN home. This is home login button. I will use home login button and here existing user login. That is the option we are giving. And this should look like class BTN link. That means you see register, it looks like existing user login. When I click on that, it will go to login. Right? Now from login, user can go to register. That means what we will do in login, we will put a paragraph below and we have a button. This button ID is which button? This is so home register button. So new user register, register. And what is this button class? Class BTN and BTN link. It looks like a hyperlink. Now see, I click on login and you are a new user, then register form will come. You are existing user, login will come. Because already code is written for those IDs. And you want to go home, then go home. That is the basic implementation of a navigation. So real world projects will be like this. They will not be like anchor, click, go to another page, do something on that page, come back to this page. That is a multi-page environment. But now these days, majority web applications use a single page environment. Actually, this is not official single page application. For that, we need React Angular. Actually, why people learn React Angular? This all becomes very simple. They have a ready-made library for routing. They can simply add it and design routing. This much logic is very difficult. Now, if you have to try, you understand, right? You try this, you will scratch your head, right? I will post this. You try by your own. It's very difficult. You can't immediately handle it. It is not so easy as it looks like. Lot of issues will come referring to IDs, where you are rendering, what you are rendering. It's not such easy what you have seen, right? But here we have to implement all the functionality. Now we will make it work. Now what should happen in register? When user enters the details and click register, it must be posted into our database. When user logs in, verify from the database and show. That all we will design. That we'll see in tomorrow's session. Okay. In tomorrow's session, we will start implementing the functionality. If we can complete all that functionality, a simple application is ready. A small project is ready with jQuery in the front end, right? But what we will do, we will replace JSON server with our own database later. That means we will remove JSON server. We will use our Node Express.js. We will use MongoDB, MySQL like databases. We will store the data there. That one implementation we can do. Tomorrow we will continue. This entire code I am uploading now, you try up to this, but it is not finished. So I will upload entire project after I finish, right? As of now, I will just upload only the code up to now I designed, right? So later you will get all of that. Okay. You try this, tomorrow will continue. Okay, right.